All right, so Hanif cannot make it to this meeting, so I'm going to call the meeting to order. First up, we've got the approval of the prior minutes from September 25th. Can I get a motion to approve?
I'll move it. A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? See? Okay. All right, so up next, we've got some proposals here from Monroe 1 and Monroe 2 Orleans BOCES for the same program requests. Are they going to be presenting then?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Wow.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Thanks for being here.
I'm Lenny Hall. I teach at East Monroe Career Center of Monroe #1 BOCES in Fairport. Teresa.
And I'm Teresa Alampi Cortez. I am one of the assistant principals at Monroe 2 Orleans BOCES, but I supervise our advanced manufacturing program.
So, for those of you that are not too familiar with the summer program, SAME, Summer Advanced Manufacturing Experience, it's been going on since 2012. Started at Monroe #2, and it's been built up between our two locations. Some other locations in Wayne County and other counties east and west of us have sort of emulated the program, and they're still going in the other counties too. We do a 3-week program. Basically, it's an all-day program. The hours are almost as long as my regular workday. 4 days in the shop, and then on Fridays we do a half day, and we visit 2 to 3 companies. On the last Friday, we do a completion ceremony at Monroe Community College, and we tour the tooling and machining program over there and the optics fabrication program over there. They do get 3 college credits in tooling and machining 141, which is machine shop lab, so they get credit for actually making the parts. And the hours they do over the 3 weeks are equivalent to what the MCC classes earn also, so it's pretty impressive what we do with the kids over 3 weeks. We have approximately anywhere between 12 and 18 kids in our class, and they do manual machining, CNC machining. They work on the machines that Monroe County Industrial Development Agency has gifted us in the past, and they also do inspection work. Some of the companies we tour are optical companies and machine builders and machine shops. Large companies like Gleason Works, SPX Flow, and the Brinkman International company has a number of different businesses here, and we visited their locations also.
So ours is a little bit different. I'll share some of the stats with you from last year. So again, it's a 3-week program. Last year we had 9 students from 5 different districts, 5 of our different component districts. We visited Micro Instruments, Romold, Hammer Packaging, Machine Tool Research Incorporated, and then, as Len said, the MCC Applied Technical Center the final Friday. Our students do get the TAM 141 credit, but our teacher wanted me to share that they created a fully operational steam-powered model engine. It's made from 12 individual parts, machined from blueprints and raw materials, including cold-rolled steel, aluminum, and brass. So he was really proud of the project that the students completed last year. And oftentimes, and I'm sure it's true for Len as well, the exposure that these students get to this same program leads them to take our advanced manufacturing program in high school once they become 11th graders. So we have had quite a few students who have come through our same program as 8th, 9th, or 10th graders really, that then enroll into our advanced manufacturing program. And overall, we surveyed our students last year. They felt that it was a very challenging experience, yet rewarding, and they were able to overcome obstacles to achieve a sense of accomplishment and confidence, and just gain the exposure into the advanced manufacturing industry that is so desperate and hurting for people in our community right now.
The major goal of both of our programs is to hook the students into the field of manufacturing, whether it's optics, engineering, machining, and show them really what's going on in Rochester. Also, the education that can go behind it, whether it's going at Wimoco or Eastern Monroe Career Center, MCC, RIT, and keeping them in Monroe County. So just exposing them to all the good stuff that we have here. And I love going on tours because I learn something every time. It's really neat.
Does anyone have any questions?
How is job placement? Maybe not for you, but for like MCC students and just in general.
I usually have, for every student that I have, and 13 students are graduating this year, they basically have 3 interviews, and most of the 3 companies want to bring them on, so it's very, very good. Corning is right next door to our building. I have a student with the only college he has is the 3 classes that he took through me, 9 college credits, and there's actually 4 classes at Wimoco through their program. He started at $23 an hour. He went to C shift and he's making $26 an hour. And he's not cutting metal, he's cutting glass. So it's pretty neat that they hired him right from my class, not knowing how to cut glass.
We have several of our students who are placed into different, Micro works very closely with us, Micro Instruments. We have several students who have been placed there from our program. SPX has several of our students. PKG has several of our students.
One of your students is working at Corning's machine shop too.
Yes.
Alan Reynolds.
Mm-hmm. So we're we are placed all over Monroe County. But the interesting thing is our work-based learning coordinator for that particular program is always getting phone calls. Do you have a student that could come co-op with us? Do you have a student that could come work with us? So it's definitely in demand.
That's great.
Are these additional asks or are these the normal annual asks?
It's the normal annual,
Okay.
and we're trying to be fiscal with the money too. So I know we come in under budget for the past years that we've been doing it. And we are also looking to increase the number of females and minorities in the program. So that's a big push for us. And getting that out to the counselors and telling them that's what we're after. 2 years ago, we had 50% females, 50% males.
Great. These are budgeted asks as well.
Yeah, we have 40,000 budgeted.
Any other questions?
Excellent program.
All right, thanks.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Did you guys need us to wait for him?
I don't think so.
I don't
No,
think so.
no, we're all set.
We'll
Yeah.
hear through.
Yeah, yes.
You know, thank
Spread the good news, yes.
I think I don't think you guys need to wait for the board meeting, do they?
No.
No,
We can,
no, you don't.
I think we can be good advocates for you.
We will speak to the
Thank you.
merits of the program.
I'm here
Thanks
for
for
both.
coming.
I'm part qualifier. I'm in the business office, but nobody really wants to hear from me. So.
Thank you.
All right, so up next, we've got the Monroe to Orleans BOCES Center for Workforce Development CDL program request.
Hello, welcome back.
Hello.
Thank you so much for having us here this afternoon. I'm Rebecca Horowitz. I'm the Assistant Director at the Center for Workforce Development. I've been here the last couple years talking about our CDLB program, and I'm so excited to be bringing Anthony DiNatale with us. He's our new transportation coordinator. He was, when did you start it in April?
2 days shy of 1 month.
Yes, yes, he was brand new. And he was hired with the funding provided through Comida as the person who's now kind of overseeing our CDLB program, helping us to make some improvements to it, to expand it, and also helping us become a third-party testing site for the DMV. So Anthony's here to talk about our CDLB program and our ask for our tuition.
So thanks for having us here today. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say thank you to this board for allowing me to be standing here today. A little bit about my background. I come from pupil transportation, 10 years working for the Brockworth Central School District. So 10 years doing training, testing, hiring of CDL drivers. This is a new arena for me, so it's a great learning curve. Learning a lot, still learning a lot. But so bear with me if I don't have all the answers to your questions towards the end. We have had 8 classes, I'm sure, as this body is aware, so far since 2022. The 8th being starting next week, actually, on Tuesday. 9 to 10 students per class have been enrolled, so our max is about 10. So we're pretty good with enrollment there. With the exception of the summer classes. Those are very hard to fill from what I'm hearing. So we have some ideas, I'll speak to that in a few minutes, on how to combat that during the summer. Our current requirements are that the student has to be 21 years old and have the passenger and school bus endorsement along with air brakes, because the vehicle that we have is a school bus. More on that later as well. We currently have 2 instructors, as you know, with a 5-to-1 ratio, and 2 buses at our disposal to use for the training. At present, we have 4 classes per year, as you know, 6 weeks, 3 hours per night, 2 nights a week, that's 36 hours. The issue that I'm finding coming in from working from the school district is that the individuals in our classes here are not receiving the behind the wheel, if you will, training that they would need out in the field. On average, they're receiving 1.5 to 2 hours of actual wheel time out of the 36 hours that we offer for the class. So FMCSA, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, the ELDT program, requires that the hours be submitted only for the actual wheel time, windshield time, if you will, that the student is receiving in the class. Any observation time does not count. Doesn't mean that they're not going without. The observation time is beneficial to them when they take their road test.
Right.
But they need in the seat, steering wheel in hand time. And they're not getting that as opposed to if they would just apply for a school district where you could have 48 hours behind the wheel at some point within 2 months. So our goal is to kind of tweak the program as it stands now. And we've been in talks recently on how to do that. But the additional funding that we're requesting this year would combat some of this. The key takeaway would be the 3 hours one-on-one time with an instructor that they're not getting currently in the class as it is now. We also want to open up the class to 18 to 20-year-olds. It has been a misnomer that you had to be 21 to drive the school bus, which is the vehicle that we have, in order to test on it. That is not true. So the DMV will allow 18, 19, and 20-year-olds to test and train on a school bus. They just can't operate a school bus until they're 21. So hopefully we can look at opening up the class to 18, 19, and 20-year-olds. We're looking at cost-neutral methods as well. We have several apps in mind to use to get their permit, as well as an app to communicate with them texting without giving out each other's phone numbers. So we're looking at online theory. As far as providing the theory in class, again, we only have X number of hours to provide windshield time and the seat time. We don't want to take away that time from the students by sitting in the classroom and just hearing presentations. So if we can offer a hybrid model where the theory portion, if you will, is done on their own during the class structure, it'll open up more time to sit in the seat and get behind the wheel. That is all I have now. Any questions for me before Rebecca speaks?
So right now you said they get an hour and a half of behind the wheel training.
average hour and a half to 2 hours.
And then, but if I apply directly to Brockport or whatever school district and it says like free training or sometimes you see those signs, they'll get 48 hours of behind the wheel in 2 months. Is that what you're saying?
Rough, yep.
Yeah.
And that's with 2 hours a day, 3 times a week. But being an employee of the school district, there is no end time. That's however long the training takes.
And keep in mind that the end goal is slightly different, right? So if I'm a school district and I'm training a future school bus driver, I'm not just training them to pass the road test, I'm training them to be a school bus driver and to be an employee of the district and all of the things that go along with it. Whereas our program is really test preparation. And so even with the truncated, training hours that we've had very good success with the students coming out and successfully getting their road tests. It's not as good as we want it to be. We want to improve it. We want to, we also see that when students take the test and pass the first time, their employment prospects are so much better. And so that's our goal, is to really improve, first-time passers, for that first-time passing rate. And we think increasing the individual drive time will make a big difference there.
Yeah, looking at the results, 81% seems pretty good.
Not bad.
But the 71% employed, I mean, getting that up, do you?
Yeah, and I some of that is related to, just actually the process of collecting that data.
Okay. So they don't always give you feedback?
They don't
that
always
they've
give us
gotten
the
a job.
information, right? And ideally, we're getting that information before they leave or really closely, like around the same time. We're connecting them with employers really as part of our kind of exit program completion process. But if they, if they take, again, if maybe they pass on the third try, and by then it's been a few weeks, and then it's harder for us to get contact with them to even help them get a job. And so we think if we're improving that drive time, improving that first time pass, we're gonna see that trickle into better employment results as well, because we'll even just better data collection.
And then hopefully to build on that, with one person dedicated just to CDLB, we can gather that information more easily.
Yes, absolutely.
Any other questions? Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. So just to confirm, should we stay for the?
No, you don't think so.
Okay.
You're good.
Apply, you don't have to remain.
Okay.
But
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
Thanks for everything.
All right.
So can you do the 2 motions?
Yep.
You're just recommending to the full board?
Should we need to do them separate then?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first motion is to recommend to the full board approve up to $40,000 for the same program in the summer of 2024 for the Monroe 1 BOCES, Monroe 2 Orleans BOCES for 1 year.
I'll move it.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Second is a motion to recommend the full board approve up to $82,000 for the Monroe 2 Orleans BOCES CDL Class B license training program to complete 4 cohorts for 1 year.
I'll move it.
Second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that's everybody. So those,
That's it?
that's it. All right, so I just need a motion to adjourn.
I'll move it.
All in favor?